Hi everyone, my name is Dror Zerem and I'm the CEO of FIZE Medical. At FIZE, our mission is to prevent acute kidney injury through accurate, real-time urine output monitoring and predictive AI analytics. Our leadership team at FIZE is comprised of successful professionals with vast experience in medical device field, all the way to exit. And our team is currently consists of 37 individuals with deep knowledge in the medical device field, R&D, production, sales, marketing, and regulatory. We're also guided by a growing board of renowned key opinion leaders in the field of urology and critical care. So what is exactly acute kidney injury? And why is it such a big problem? Acute kidney injury is a sudden episode of kidney failure or kidney damage that happens within a few hours or a few days, which causes a buildup of waste products in your blood and makes it hard for your kidneys to keep the right balance of fluid in your body. Acute kidney injury can also affect the heart and other organs, the brain, the lungs. Over 15% of admitted patients, of ICU patients, or up to 75% of pediatrics ICU patients, and about 15% of all admitted patients develop acute kidney injury. It's a major issue. And mortality is about 20% mortality rate with these patients. It is so important that lately, only a few weeks ago, the CMS has mandated AKI as a key reportable measure under its electronic quality measure program. It's well known that urine output is one of the two key markers of acute kidney injury. And in fact, it is used staging AKI. The faster we recognize there is a chance for acute kidney injury, the faster we can take care of these patients. So we have been monitoring urine output for decades. The same thing about 60 years. It's typically a labor-intensive manual process that is full of inaccuracies. You can see how it's done today in most hospitals. Manual measurement, a lot of errors, delayed measurement, missing measurements. It's really not a wonder given how busy ICU nurses are. Okay, so it's really not very effective. And I talked about the results before about 20% mortality rate and 50% of patients with AKI. It's a result of being unable to really measure it in real time. Okay. So it seems like a no-brainer. I'm a physicist, and the first time I heard about this problem, I thought, what's so tough to measure? Urine output. We measure in our houses the water that comes in, and we pay for that. So measuring urine output is almost the same. But it's not. For almost 30 years, a lot of companies have tried just about every method you can think of to measure urine output automatically. Okay? Some of the most notable are shown here, including weighing the urine, which is not accurate and requires a level floor standing system, ultrasonic sensor, which have low resolution and also need to be flat and stable, and thermal flow sensor, which are also inaccurate, especially at low flows, which is where exactly is the problem. Okay. Our breakthrough at FIZE is figuring out a way to sense each drop as it enters the bladder. Coming from the kidneys, enters the bladder, we measure every drop that comes there. We don't measure it outside. When it goes outside, we measure it when it's entering the bladder. This gives our monitor unparalleled accuracy with microliter resolution. It's even accurate for pediatrics and neonates, which consists of about 20% of the market. Because our monitor measures every drop in real time, we can provide early alerts to help reduce AKI and better react to interventions by the doctors. Sometimes you give fluids, you want to see the reaction, takes you 15, 30 minutes. We can see the reaction 2, 3, 4 minutes, sometimes even earlier. It's very important. And because we use a pump, the FIZE KUO mounts anywhere, in any position on the bed or near the bed, and even works in transport, which is a very big usability problem with other devices. Our patented systems make us the clear leader in the space in the two most important metrics, accuracy and usability. Any system that is hard for the nurses to use or interferes with the flow in the ICU simply will not be adapted. I mean, that's a basic thing. Accuracy sometimes is even less important than usability, especially in the ICU and operation room sets. We know that we have hit the mark because in every hospital that we have installed the KUO system, we get extremely positive feedback from the nursing staff. Okay. Even though we just launched the KUO late last year, we already have a lot of traction. We have signed contracts with the largest GPOs here in the US, Vizient and Premier, that represent about 5,000 hospitals, 65% of the hospitals in the US. We have our first commercial customer in the US and Israel, and we're in pilots or entering pilots with another 11 Premier hospitals. FIZE was also awarded a sole source contract with the largest health insurance provider in Israel. I know it's not the US, but in our territory, it's the largest one. It's a good sign. We are also in final negotiation with a leader in the kidney space for distribution in the Japanese market. We're in the process of turning KUO, besides doing the urine output, we're in the process of making it a complete platform for urine analysis and AI-driven analytics, which we believe will be able to anticipate development of AKI or shock much earlier than today, I mean hours and sometimes even days, leading to shorter ICU stays and lower costs for healthcare providers. To support our sales growth in the US and other markets, and to accelerate development of our AI analytics, we are currently raising Series A4 round of $15 million. To date, we have raised almost $15 million, anchored by our lead investor, Rafa Capital from Florida, and we have commitments for $8 million of this round. And we hope to be able to circle the rest in the next few months. We would welcome meeting with the investors, one-on-one. I'll be here in the next 2 days. We're interested in joining us in reducing the tremendous burden of AKI for the betterment of patients, care providers, and the entire health system. Thank you.